And I feel like some people, they try to love themselves when they get to a certain level of life. And it's like, you can't start loving yourself. You can't start feeling these things for yourself. You can't start wanting to change things about your personality, about the way that people feel when they're around you, about like how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you view yourself, how you view other people. You can't start trying to change that stuff when you become this level of success. Because like, when is it going to happen? How do you know when it's going to happen? How do you know if the person that you are is stopping you from getting to that level? Like, let's talk about it.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Hold on a second. Let me grab some freaking water because, child, I'm in LA. It's like pouring, raining, and people will say that it only rains like 2 days a year here. How I come on the 2 days that it rains here? Like, it was raining when I arrived, and yesterday was a full day with like half day with no rain, so I was able to do stuff and tour and like, you know, meet up with people and do things. But it's giving very much rain. It's giving New York. What brings me here today is I wanted to talk about like what becoming that girl means for you. And I might look at my phone because I tweeted out a month ago, what does becoming that girl mean to you? And I've gotten so many different people's replies, and I'm probably gonna put some on the screen, but I definitely want to talk about what people responded and said, and just chime in on it. Like, number one, being that girl has become like a I don't know, like a it phrase. And like, I don't know, in some circumstances it's made to feel a little like elitism, like you have to be living a certain lifestyle to be that girl. And I really feel like it comes from internal, like how you feel internally about yourself, about your circumstances, about where you want to be in life, and that's like an internal thing, because nobody could tell you like this is the steps to become that girl. It's like, what girl? The girl that you want me to be, the woman that you want me to be, or it's like the person and the goal and the things that I have set for my life, you know? Also, like, everybody's social and economic standing starts in a different place. Like, I started very down there. Like, if you want to be real, my mom was 19 years old when she had me. My dad was like never in the picture. He was in jail for most of my life, to be honest. And I like lived in a hood. My mom like worked jobs, and she was fortunate enough to like work Fortune 500 jobs, and God put her in those spots so she could provide for me and show me a better life. Like, you know, I've had certain experiences as a little ghetto kid that I really wasn't meant to have, like being fortunate enough to go to a daycare that was for a Fortune 500 company because my mom worked there, versus like me going in the hood. And I've had both experiences, but you know, the things that you pick up as a little kid, especially when your mind is like a sponge. Like, I did yoga when I was like in first grade because I went to my mom's job, you know, and I wouldn't have had that experience or wouldn't have known what yoga even is probably if I wouldn't have went there, you know? So I say all that to say that like your background really does play a part in it, and everybody doesn't come from the same place, doesn't start from the same place. Like, I see my mom bust her butt to move me out the hood and like to be at the level that she's at now, you know, and that took breaking generational curses. And I feel like for me, continuing the cycle of breaking generational curses, whether it's wealth, whether it's love and marriage, whether it's like spiritual, emotionally, whether it's knowledge wise, like schooling, education, like I want to be the person that breaks those cycles. And doing that and starting that, it takes so much work, like mental, physically, emotionally. Like, it's always a new chapter. And I just recently started a new chapter in my life, because I recently, turned a new age. My birthday just passed. I'm a Sag. She's a Sag. Sagittarius always like to level up, be cute. We a little messy. If you can see my background, hopefully not. And yeah, I'm just trying to see myself, because I don't know how I am on this camera, because my microphone is so big, it's getting in the way of my viewfinder. But again, I made a tweet out saying, what does becoming that girl mean to you? And I wanted to read some of the comments that people said and just expand on it. Let's start with the comments underneath it. Someone said, it has evolved as I gotten older to that lady, but living a life that allows me to be optimal. I love that. Someone else said self-awareness, meeting my personal and financial goals, being well-rounded. Well-rounded. Why? Taking care of my health, well-being, and prettiness first and foremost. Yoga, meditation, prayer, reading, supplements, movement, whole foods therapy, following through with my gua sha routine. I feel that, because like my jawline is more defined when I do my gua sha routine, for real. I need to really... She been playing with that, and I've been noticing it, because in my career I look down a lot, and when you look down, especially even if you look down at your phone, it causes like here to become saggy. So like, child, the gua sha gets that out. Then expending the same meticulous care to my business, marriage, and friends and family. Wow, that's amazing. This is very well-rounded. I love that. For real. A life surrounded by peace, love, and fortune, to be encouraging and powerful, to have the ability to change lives in a positive way. I love that. It gives empathy vibes. It gives empathetic vibes. It means being aware of who you are and acting accordingly, showing up authentically and in control of my life. And someone said, being a good person. Like, I feel that. Being a good person is so rare. People be crazy nowadays. Like, people be legit crazy. Like, and then I'm reading the quote tweets. It's a lot more quote tweets. So someone said, tapping into your divine feminine. Someone said, handling my emotions with grace, living to my fullest potential, trying out whatever I want, trusting myself to whatever I like. Overall, just loving myself better, to be honest. My end goal is for everything to be love. I want to be warm, soft, open. I want to spend my life healing, advising, making things brighter. That girl means being light to me. Oh, I love that one. Oh my gosh. Being so deeply rooted in who I desire to be, anything that doesn't align cannot reach me. I feel that, because I've been really on that, like in the last year and a half. Like, I'm not gonna even group a last year and a half, because last year I've changed a lot, from the first half of the year to the last half of the year, and from the first half of this year to the middle to the middle to the end. Like, I've really changed so much. And I used to like feed into things like little stupid things that I used to just feed into, like, that I literally just didn't have the time of day to even think about. Like, somebody would say I did something on social media or said something to somebody on social media, and I'm like, girl, I don't even got the time to think about that. Like, but I would give it my energy in defending myself. I've learned that I don't need to defend myself, because people gonna be crazy no matter what. Like, they really are. They really are, and they ain't gonna stop being crazy. When people are pressed and people are like dependent on seeing you as being that wrong person in their life, or seeing you as being evil or bad, or like having something that they don't, or having something that they're working towards, they will like vilify you because of that, not understanding the hard work, the sacrifices, the things that you put on pause so you can make things work. Like, oh my gosh, like, for real, like, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. My camera died. Amazing. So amazing. But you know, the positive thing about that is I can see myself now. Like, I love that. I can see myself. It lets me know that it's recording. But what I was saying was, sometimes people are like, they want to make you the villain in their story because it makes them feel better.
Honestly, it makes them feel better because they're not in the place that they want to be. It makes them feel better because like they think that you're an obstacle in their way when it's really themselves. Like, and for a long time I was that person, so I understand how to, like, what is going on through their brain. But I don't know, some people are just like more, they got more mental issues going on, because I would never verbally think that somebody's like against me or attacking me or anything without any proof. Like, I don't know, people are a little cuckoo cocoa puffs nowadays. But somebody said being that girl, becoming that girl, means growing their own food, making their own clothes, building their underground bunker for their family, learning how to play the guitar and the piano, reading daily, more weapons. I don't know about the more weapons part. Maybe, I don't know. But all of that sounds really amazing. Like learning how to play an instrument, especially like guitar. I know how to play the piano. That's a little spice that y'all ain't know about me. But yeah, I love that. And reading daily, like I'm really trying to get into, for me, I feel like once you start a new habit, or like once you're trying to start a new habit, it's a little hard to start at first, but once you start and then that you continue to do it and you make it a part of your daily life, then it becomes easier to do and like easier to accomplish and easier to incorporate in your schedule. And then you start to miss it when you don't do it. So I'm going to talk about like creating schedules and all that stuff and like routines a little bit later in the video, so keep watching. Realizing that I'm not becoming that girl, but I am in fact that girly. Like, who gonna check her? I love that. Being my best self mentally, physically, oh, they said mentally again, and financially, providing, I guess they really meant mentally. Like, I feel you though, because, you know, providing myself the love and that I require and deserve, adding value to other people's lives. I love that. Having the space and the privacy to dance naked under the full moon with my, okay. That one got intense very fast. Let's go to the next one. Learning means of creating financial freedom, healing traumas, eating quality foods, repairing gut health. A lot of people's gut health is messed up, so their mental health is messed up. Like, a lot of people talk about gut health and things that, like how your gut health affects your entire body. Like, let's give me this example. Let's give you this example. Say you're going throughout the day, right? And you, your stomach hurts all day. Your stomach hurts all friggin' day. How are you gonna act? How are you gonna be towards people? What is your overall mood for the day? And okay, you're aware that your stomach hurts now, but sometimes people aren't aware that they have like bacteria and things like going on and festering and soaring up in their body and in their bloodstream, and then it affects different things. Like, as women specifically, you want to really eat a lot of probiotics and things like that. Get probiotics because it really helps with your gut health and with your immune system and with your cycle monthly. You know, when I don't take enough probiotics, I definitely notice it. I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to be any other way. With like a smell, I notice it with smell. I notice it with like, at the end of the day, how do I feel? At the end of the day, how do my clothes feel? Like, I notice it so much when my gut health is off. So I really definitely think that people need to, maybe I'll make another video about gut health, because it also has to do with your skin, specific areas of your skin too, like the chin, the jawline, like these areas. So I definitely notice it when my gut health is like messed up. They also said loving deeply, having an attitude of gratitude. Love it. Learning coping mechanisms for ADHD, anxiety. So since we're here, let's have a little chat. So, I am somebody who feels anxiety. You know, I'm not going to claim anxiety over my life because I don't like to claim anything that's negative over my life. I feel like there's a good and bad side of everything. Like, there's a good anxiety where it's like you're walking in the alley at night in the dark and ain't no light, and you're a little girl, you're a little petite like me, and being a little anxious in that situation kind of pays off because you aware, you know. What's that? Is that a cat? I don't know, but where's my flashlight? Where my brass knuckles? Okay, so that's a good anxiety. But the bad anxiety is like when you start to question yourself, when you start to question your surroundings, when you start to question like what you're doing in life, when you start to fear like being around people or going in front of people. You know, there's other bad anxiety examples. So like I really just try not to get anxious, and when I do, I really just try to have like a minute to myself to calm myself down and talk myself through it. Like, why am I feeling this way? What can change about how I'm feeling? Am I wrong for feeling this way? Because like telling yourself that you're wrong for feeling something is okay. Like, it's okay, because sometimes like your brain will make up situations like for how you should feel in a situation, when a lot of times it could be insecurity within yourself. Like sometimes the act of not wanting to be in front of people for me would be like, oh, is my hair messed up? Do I look fat? Like, is my skin together? Like, you know, and then I'm like, that's an insecurity on me, and I'm projecting it onto like how people will perceive me, and it's making me anxious. And it's like, why am I doing all that instead of just being present, being myself? I don't care at how I look today. You gonna get what you get, like, you know. And it could be days that I look gorgeous, and it would still go through the mind. So it's just like talking yourself through why you're feeling what you're feeling is like, that's worked for me so much. Like, even when I feel uncomfortable in situations, I'm like, why do I feel uncomfortable? Like, do I feel like this person is worth more than me? What is worth? Why do I feel like that person is worth more than me? Like, you know, what is it? Social media? What is it? Money? What is it? Like career? What is it? Because they post stuff? Like, what is it that I feel that way? And when you break it down and then you look at the quality of your life and you're happy with yourself, you don't do those comparisons, and that, you know, gives you less anxiety. I don't know, I guess. Let me know if you feel me with a like. But also like staying away from social media when I'm feeling those things about myself, so I don't project them onto other people, you know, so you don't have a visual for what your mental is telling you, you know. And it's just constantly talking yourself out of those behaviors. It's really important, especially if you weren't exposed to good positive mentalities. And a lot of times you weren't, because parents didn't grow up with Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and seeing like people's success reel and seeing their highlight reel. People didn't grow up seeing that in real time. Like, you know, they heard about it, they saw in a newspaper, they heard it through gossip or whatever, but they didn't see it every day, every couple seconds refreshing on their timeline. Like, they didn't. So we live in a different age where mental health needs to be like at the top priority. And honestly, talking yourself through your feelings and journaling your feelings really can help you, you know, become that girl, you know. And the last one that they said was building habits and routines that allow space for you to pour into others. I feel like I need to build habits and routines that allow space for me to pour into myself. Because my job is to literally take care of other people, and my heart is to take care of other people. And sometimes I lose myself in taking care of other people that I forget to take care of myself. Like, if I didn't take this trip, like, gosh, this trip was the first time I literally had like consecutive days off in like eight months. That's not normal. And I own my own business, but that's still not an excuse, because I do services on people. And I didn't realize, like, I love it, So I genuinely love what I do. I love meeting people. I love when people sit in the bed and they relax, they fall asleep, they tell me their life story, they tell me what they're going through, they share their life with me. And I find like real joy in that, because I like to meet people. Like, I like people. I really do. There are some crazy ones out there. But overall, I really do like people. I enjoy people. And like, I don't know, like, I sometimes get lost in loving what I do, that at the end of the day I don't realize how much energy was being taken from me and how much I need to give back to myself. Like, I literally only have like one day off a week, and it's not even really a day off because I'm still mentally doing work. Owning your own business, you work 24/7. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I'm working on something for the business. And it's not because I'm a workaholic, it's because I love what I do, and there's workaholic vibes in there, like there's a little sprinkle of workaholic vibes in there. I'm packing that with my therapist now. But like, I need to pour into myself more. And if I need to just do a hotel room, like, you know, where I do a staycation, or just do like a weekend trip, or just like do something, or beyond getting a massage, because at this point I'm getting a massage because my back is hurting. Like, my body is hurting. Going to a chiropractor because my body is hurting because I'm doing services, you know? It's past like doing those things for myself. It's like more like, no, I'm shutting off completely, you know? Because those things is like a shorter period of time. But if I spend 80 hours a week doing something for other people, I can spend like 24 hours doing something for myself, you know? Like, and I'm not explaining myself because I lost the ability to do that. I don't know where she is, but it's just like reiterating it for myself so I feel comfortable in doing it. And I feel like that's a lot of what helped me become that girl and who I am today, is reiterating what I want and what I need and how I'm going to show up for myself, show up for other people, and just speak it into existence. I feel like when you speak these things and you run it as, like, some people call it scripting, but I just call it speaking, like talking to yourself, the way you talk to yourself. Like, no, I am not fat. I'm gorgeous. I'm beautiful. I'm curvy. I'm voluptuous. Like, I'm petite, but I'm thick. Like, you know, like just talking to yourself in these ways. Like, I have beautiful hair. I love my hair. It like, it's very long and gorgeous and full and shiny and healthy, and you just feel better about yourself, even if you don't really believe it in that instance, in that like little moment. Like, talking to yourself enough, you'll feel it, you'll do it, and then you'll do the steps to make those things actually happen. Like, you know. But let's keep going. Somebody said, overcoming my depression and crippling anxiety so that they can accomplish their goals every day, eating well, treating my temple correctly, traveling, living a balanced and fulfilling life. See, it sounds like they know what they need to do. They just need to walk in it, like, for real. Because if you can put out the steps, it's like, it's easy as saying those things and then creating little bullet points on how you're going to do that every day, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every 3 months, every quarter, that's 3 months, every half of the year, every year. Like, that's really how you can show up for yourself and you can actually do these things. Somebody said, being the girl my 13-year-old self looked up to. And I feel that, because like, I used to carry this book, this journal with me when I was in high school. When I was 13, I was in high school. I graduated at 17. So yeah, I used to carry this journal with me, and that's where I came up with the name Beauty Strike. And I had no concept of money at that age, because like, who does at 13? I'm thinking I'm writing all my journal, my wish list, like where I want to travel to, what I want to do, what type of bag I want to have, like, you know, like the things that I never thought was obtainable for me and that I'm literally obtaining now as an adult. It just feels really good, because I don't come from a place where many people have my story. A lot of people don't come from like, bruh, like, what? Like, people don't make it, you know? And I constantly tell myself, like, no matter if I continue to grow from here, where I'm at now, I love myself. And I feel like some people, they try to they try to love themselves when they get to a certain level of life. And it's like, you can't start loving yourself. You can't start feeling these things for yourself. You can't start wanting to change things about your personality, about the way that people feel when they're around you, about like how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you view yourself, how you view other people. You can't start trying to change that stuff when you become this level of success. Because like, when is it going to happen? How do you know when it's going to happen? How do you know if the person that you are is stopping you from getting to that level? Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Not having to ask anyone for anything ever. Aw, that sounds sad. Like, I understand the reality of not having much people. Like, I'm in a financial position now in my life where most of people come to me to ask me for things, and you know, I'm like, black tax. But I also understand that like a lot of people won't be able to bail me out, and I have to have my back. But I still can ask people to help me in ways that they're able and available to help me, you know? For a long period of time, I wasn't asking people for help because, like, I knew that they couldn't help me in the financial way that I needed to be helped. But a lot of times they can help me in other ways, and then it can trickle into finances. Like, what if somebody calls out in my store and I need, like, a front desk person? Like, having a family member that can come in and step up for me and be there, like, that matters so much. And to just take that away from someone or not give people the chance to show up for you is like a lot of what I learned this year and last year. Like, don't stop giving people the opportunity to show up for you, because when you do, you already X them out of your mind. You already tell people what they're capable of, and that's not fair. That's not fair to tell people what they're capable of, you know? So just giving people the space, and then if they don't, then they don't, and now you know. Like, but I'd rather know than not know. Being the main character hero and not only my own story but others, accepting my full potential and being the best self while adding value to my circle and community. I feel that. Achieving goals and doing things, yoga, meditating, treating myself each day to make me into a better person. Okay. Being mentally healthy, loving my whole self, financially stable, having happy and healthy, both physical and mental kids. I love that. And having the people around me say I'm a reliable and good person to them. I love that. A lot of empathetic vibes. I love the community that I attract, you know? And saying those things when you feel like you don't even have that community yet. Like, I really spoke the community that I have into existence. Like, seriously. Reaching my ultimate glow in all areas by striving to be better than I was the day before. Progression over perfection, period. I really believe that, because like me starting a company, I was just like, I know I don't have all the tools, I know I don't have all the money, I know I don't have all this. Like, I'm still adding things to my store and to my spa. Like, we've been open a year and a half and I'm still adding things to my store and my spa. Like, progress never stops. I feel like perfection is unobtainable. So if you reach for perfection, you're never gonna start. You're never gonna get there. But if you start with little steps and progress, like over time, you love it. People love it. People see that you have the intention of doing more. You know, it's nothing more for me than seeing somebody has the intention of doing more. I pour so much money into my business. Like, everything that we make are literally employees putting it back into the store, and I love that for me. I really do. Yeah. And then somebody said, being a person who lives full and out unapologetically. I don't get to do this thing again, and I'll be so proud when I make it 100% of the time. Okay, I don't understand that one. Being a person who lives life full out and unapologetically. Full out. I mean, I guess to the fullest. Yeah. Lives life to the fullest and unapologetically. Yeah, I mean, I feel that you don't get to live life once, like twice. So doing it the best way that you can is like all you can do, honestly. That's all you can do. yeah, I mean, I would love to talk about more about how you become that girl, but honestly, we're all in different positions in life, and what you can do to start living like that girl is, like, number one, realize that you're capable of doing it. Like, that's it, you're capable, period. Learn how to help yourself, learn how to create your dream environment, because I can say that before I had my own space, and that is privilege, before I had my own space to like live, I was in a very negative mind state because my environment was negative. So it's like sometimes when you're in those environments, you kind of, like, it's not that you don't have a choice, but it's like you have to work 10 times as harder to be the person you want to be when you're in an environment that's not nurturing who you want to be, you know? So be. Create routines in your life, respect yourself, create your boundaries. Like, we spoke about that, like not going on social media, like when you're not feeling good about yourself, respecting yourself to not do that. And just be resourceful. Like, when you're starting out, like, make sure that you give yourself grace, and that you know that you're working with what you have, and not saying like, when I get this amount of money, I'm going to be able to do this. If I thought that way, I would not be where I'm at right now. Like, do you understand that? If I thought, like, I spent my last on opening my store, and if I thought like, no, I just need to save a little bit more, like, you have to be realistic. But then you can also learn how to have blind faith. And when you have blind faith in something that you do, that means that you love it. I'm sorry, like, blind faith most of the time allows you to work for what you really want and what have. Like, I didn't just start Beauty Strike because I had money from parents, or saved like a bunch of money from, I don't know, childhood or whatever. Like, I busted my butt. I worked temp jobs. I was an esthetician by day or half a day, and somebody's temp job worker by the other half a day or night, and like worked in different spots to see what type of environment that I liked. I feel like a lot of people are trying to skip steps because they see a part of what people's social media journey is, and like, I've been doing what I've been doing for a while, and I started Beauty Strike 5 years ago, and it's just getting successful in its like 5th year, and people are seeing that 5th year and using that as like the springboard of where they should be from jump. And it's just like, get the experience, get the knowledge, because there's so many things that I learned while working for other people, like especially like a medical spa, especially like a mom and pop spa, especially like a nail salon, that like I didn't think would be useful in my career now. And I'm like, I thank God for having those experiences and being able to like feed off of that, and to use that as like an example of what I want to do or what I don't want to do, or how I can improve something. Like, having those examples is amazing, because like, once you're on your own, you're on your own. You can always go back to not being on your own, but you'd rather do things the right way the first time than like do it, you know, just look out for your best self. Don't self-sabotage yourself. I feel like not researching and doing the homework and being a student of life and being a student of your career and path, it's just like self-sabotaging behavior. And it's like, why would you want people to have a bad impression of you? You know, there's certain things that you can't control. Like, example, like last year, my business, one day we got like 200 orders. One day. I was thanking God, hallelujah, because like, my last of my savings shriveled up, and like, I was just like in a place where I just don't know how I'm gonna pay for my store, how I'm gonna eat, like, you know, how I'm gonna do things. And a lot of, like, I learned a lot of systems. I learned how to have systems for my business in that, because it's like, okay, the system that we had, clearly it doesn't work when we get a large amount of orders in a short time. So what can we do to improve that? And like, just learning how to show up for myself and not how to self-sabotage myself and or my business, And just like understanding that things are a learning process. Like, okay, this is what's happening. This is how you respond to people. This is the system that you have. Like, let's have all the emails and social media things in one app, so I can have somebody just respond to everything all the time, like, so nobody gets unanswered. Have some things automated, just like things that I had to learn through and go through and grow through. But yeah, it's like you can't be perfect all the time. Like, you know, you're gonna mess up, but just giving yourself that grace and giving yourself that time and just like learning from every experience that you have and turning things into a positive, like not having a negative perspective on things that might be negative, you know, like that can potentially be negative. Just learning out of everything. So this is what happened. How do we go from here? I like being solution based versus like lingering in the problem. Like, lingering in the problem doesn't bring growth. It doesn't make people happy. It doesn't like lead you to the next step in life. So what's the point of continuously doing it? So, you know, I really want to make sure that y'all feel like y'all that girl already. And I hope that you got a gem from this. And if you care, definitely drop a gem that you've learned from this video. And again, I didn't say this in the beginning of the video. Whoa, my name is Emani Mone. I'm a licensed esthetician and spa owner in New York City. I own a spa called Beauty Strike. It's a vegan and cruelty-free skincare line. We have laser hair removal. We do facials, chemical peels, and all the above at our location. We even have loungewear. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Give this video a like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, XYZ. Thank you so much. I really want to share more on YouTube, this type of content. You know, I don't really plan on vlogging, but I really want to share this type of content, wellness, because that's the core of who I am and the core of what my brand really means. Wellness, community, health, mental health, physical health, like beauty. You know, that's what beauty means to me. It really means wellness and all around healthy, like healthy vibes. So thank you so much. I appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to you in the next video.